Live, and it says live. I'm just going through the traffic lights on the right hand side, and nothing's moving at the moment. So we either are live or we aren't live. And
I kind of feel alive.
Yeah. Welcome to this broadcast anyway. If you're watching us, thank you. We are live everywhere. And say hello to Marco. Marco, hello.
Hello,
Que tal?
Muito bem. E tu?
Muy bien. Or some such. And hello, Harper.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
From my part of the world, anyway.
We are, yeah. I mean, we are global, and we're covering the UK, Portugal, and the USA. And we're going to look at what's happening in the live video world and discuss topics which are affecting us all at the moment. And I think the first of those has got to be at the moment because it is around this COVID. How are things in your part of the world, Harper?
They're still really crazy. I think most of it is most of it has been politicized, if that's even a word. I guess I'll make that word today if it's not. But it kind of came out that to the public on what is considered, somebody dying by COVID. Even if I die of a heart attack, if I have had one test that says, yes, I have COVID, then I died of COVID. I didn't die of a heart attack. I died of COVID. So that's kind of the thing is there's a lot of for and against the numbers and just how bad it is. And so that's just one of the many problems we have here in the US. But as far as COVID, that's kind of the thing is nobody really knows what numbers to trust and who to trust. And so it's an argument over, do we wear a mask in public? Do we not wear a mask in public? Is it an invasion of our rights and that kind of stuff? So,
yeah, we've got the same discussions in the UK and in Portugal, Marco.
Well, my friend, we have this unlockdown. It's crazy because so many cases coming. And now we have tourists also here. The other day I saw a picture from Brazil, a photo on the street, so a very crowded street, and the comment was like, "We found the vehicle to COVID here," and it seems that here in some streets and places we have also found this. Because people don't take any precautions. They are on the street. They are very crowded streets. This is mostly on the south, fortunately, because here on the north, not so bad. But I think people think, okay, we were closed for this time, so now I have this, I need to be out. The COVID won't hit me because I'm a great guy or a great lady, so I can do whatever I want, doesn't matter. And because I wanted this, I want to know, I want this. I deserve to be. This is crazy for me. People think they should be. They have the right to have a price and to do whatever they want because they were closed. No, okay, it's COVID vanished. I don't understand people.
I don't either. I mean, when we got the sunshine in the UK, which was a couple of days, 2 weeks ago, it's rained ever since. But everybody went to the beach. Everybody flocked to the beach, and later this week we'll find out what effect that has had. Because there's no doubt about it, the COVID's not going to disappear, it's not going to go away. And you can look after yourself. You can decide whether to wear a mask or not. You can decide whether to go within 2 meters of people. That's your decision. But I think the young people, as you said, Marco, are actually ignoring any common sense. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the basic thing is that if you are reckless, not in your own mind, but in other people's views, then you could well contract the virus, be asymptomatic and not suffer anything at all, as 95% of people do. But then you could pass it on to an elderly relative, and that's basically what's not being understood by younger people. So it continues. I mean, UK, things are returning to somewhat normal. The next hurdle we have is in October. At the moment, everybody is furloughed, and the government is paying 80% of the salaries for 13 million people. And that stops in October. And what's going to happen then, nobody knows. We're in for an economic catastrophe. Mm-hmm. Global. It's not just the UK.
You tell me.
I don't know. I mean, all the governments are spending money they don't have at the moment because they need to, and the Conservative governments are becoming socialist because they're spending money on things that a socialist government would mainly be worried about. So the world is upside down at the moment, and I think for the three of us, we're fortunate to be where we are. But for other folks, it's going to be a difficult road ahead. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can somebody check whether we're live somewhere or not? I'm not sure. I mean, we could be happily talking and nobody's watching us. But,
hey, well, one of the things that like when I was saying earlier was that people are wondering, who to believe.
We are live.
There you go. At least we know. In all the different all the major cities and everything, they're cutting down and saying, no, you can't do this, don't have more than this many people. But then you see all these major cities that are, hi, Roland, but all these major cities are having all these riots and these thousands and tens of thousands of people that are just all in these things. But we're not seeing a huge spike from that. So that's kind of where a lot of the ambivalence on, how much of a threat is it type thing is going on. Can't go to the beach, but you can go to, huge protest and you're okay. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, and it's the same thought process taking place around the globe. Say hello to Chris, who's found us. Thank you, Chris.
Hello.
Hey, Chris.
And Chris is in Europe. So we are definitely global, and we say hello to Roland, who, like me, is in Wiltshire in England, and manages to catch us on Periscope. Right. Marco, what's new on Restream this week?
Oh, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
If you don't know, we
If you don't, we don't.
Right, okay. Well, from my side, the thing that has changed is that before images were shown underneath the main broadcast screen, now they're shown down the side. And I can quickly click a spotlight button and put myself full screen, or I can put Marco full screen, or I can put Harper full screen, and it's just the click of a button. So it's so simple and so straightforward to do. And it's actually labelled Spotlight, which is logical. So I quite like the way that's laid out. You quite like it too, Marco?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very intuitive what a Spotlight button should do.
It is. There's no second guessing what it's supposed to mean. We actually know what it does mean, which is good. Now, the other thing that we noticed from last week, because we watched last week's episode back, is the video quality is improving week by week.
Mm-hmm.
which is good because basically you do need to have high quality video going out, irrespective of going to several different destinations. The video quality in all of them should be good, and I think it's getting better and improving. And Marco, you feel the same?
Yeah, I think it's improving. I think it was 2 weeks ago they were asking for people who want to try 1080p.
Oh, right, okay.
So I think if oh my god. So I think it should be soon. They will release to all the people this full HD feature, which will be amazing.
Yeah, you look really clear.
Yeah, I mean, it all for YouTube, won't it? I mean, it make a total difference to YouTube. Facebook is going to
Forget about Facebook.
Forget about Facebook. Yeah, YouTube, Twitch are the ones that will accept 1080p.
Maybe LinkedIn also, because usually on LinkedIn live streaming has a good quality.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Mm-hmm. By the way, does any one of you have a desk to put on my on my office?
I'm always impressed with your guys' background.
on a bookshelf, because there's no furniture here. If you have something there,
the virtual desk. I mean, that would be good if we could all have. I mean, be in the same virtual office in different places.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bit like Second Life, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I never had a computer with enough power to play Second Life. So that's something that sort of passed me by. But I think Bill, hang on, who's into virtual reality? Runs Facebook, owns Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg is into virtual reality. Oh, do you think there's a future for it? Would you rather be you, or would you rather be an avatar? I watched a music concert the other week live on Facebook with Jean-Michel Jarre. And instead of Jean-Michel Jarre being there, it was an avatar. And it just didn't... You'd rather see him playing. Or am I just behind the times? I don't mind either way.
I don't know. I mean, I mean, people aren't happy with their own life. They kind of create a new one, I guess, within an avatar. And as long as I think the problem is where some of them don't quite understand where the line between reality and automated is.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I rather, even though it's not perfect, I rather stay on my real life.
It's kind of growing on me, I mean.
Yeah. Indeed. Okay, now the other thing that happened this week, of course, is that Be Live released scheduling on simulcasting, which is absolutely brilliant, because we can now go live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, and reach a wider audience. And it's just so simple to use. Once you've got it set up, once you've got the right YouTube account connected, and once you've got your Facebook account connected, then you can just say, right, I want to go live there and there. And that's it. I think, but I can't be certain, that the person who actually designed it is not the same person who's designed the original one, because this one is easy to follow. Not saying the other one wasn't, but this one it's difficult to get it wrong, is all I'm saying. Yeah. Do you think it's intuitive, or?
I didn't try it yet. I have to be honest.
Right. Well, now that we've got scheduling, there's no excuses, because you can just schedule to Facebook as you would normally, and then just click the YouTube link, and that's it, done. Yeah. So you schedule, you put your title and description of the show, and date and time, upload an image, and then that's Facebook done. And then you just click the YouTube button, and everything's already set. Yeah, you don't have to go through and change anything. The only decision you have to make is whether on YouTube you're going to be public, unlisted, or private. And as you're broadcasting publicly, the default is public. So 2 button clicks and you're going live on YouTube at the same time. Yeah. I mean, I've been building for this. I've been building my YouTube channel up now for 6 months, and getting more and more people interested in it. And it's going reasonably well. But it's like anything. You've got to live there, and you've got to do things on YouTube to actually make people come and watch.
Yeah, YouTube requires work. That's it. They have their own language. I mean, it's not enough to go there and say what you have to say and go back. You have, for instance, I'm doing a video per day on my live streamings. I'm optimizing them with tags and the description and the thumbnail and everything. And even though it's not enough, because I think for YouTube we need to make videos for YouTube. Not live video is okay, but it's not the main thing on YouTube. So we should do that shortest videos with, okay, that's me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to know more about this topic, just go to this video. Plop.
Click the link and
yeah. And while you're live, I don't think it's normal to do this.
Yeah, I've seen some, that are live. Some of the people that kind of do tutorials on videos and stuff, and they say, if you're doing videos for, for YouTube, don't only if you're doing it live, but then you're also going to add it as a YouTube video to speak to. Don't just speak to the live people. Also speak to people as if they're also coming and watching it later. So which is kind of difficult depending on what your topic is. I mean, you're talking to people that are watching you now, and then you're like, oh wait, I gotta throw something in for the people who are watching later. So.
Yeah, and this pointing thing. Okay, now you have this video. Plop and
click here or here or here or here.
Yeah. I think, and how does it call the Nick? I think it's Nick Niemann, which is an amazing YouTuber. Yep. And he said, no, I have these live videos, but they are mostly for my community to be there, talking with them, teach, and that's it. But my main thing is recorded videos uploaded to YouTube. And for me, it makes sense. If you want YouTube's
kind of an edited video, direct to the point. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. That's kind of what I see YouTube as well. So,
where is Steven?
I'm here. I'm directing. I'm producing.
But we miss you, Steven.
He's playing producer.
Don't go away because we will miss you.
Thank you for that. Understood. But no, I want to try things out. I'm going to press the button now. I don't know what it's going to do. Oh, that's side by side, and then that's back to the normal. Right. Okay. I like this one rather than the other one.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because you've got to be totally center screen. So yeah, YouTube is a different animal. Most people go there to watch recorded video, and we can't change that. There's not enough of us to say, right, come and watch live video on YouTube. So you've got to. We've always said that you always play for the replay, even on Facebook. That that 70% of the views are going to come afterwards, and that's even more true on YouTube, in that you go live and people who know you will watch you. But after the fact, as Marco said, you've got to have the SEO right. You've got to have all the tags in there. You've got to have an image to attract people when they see it in other people's feed. You've also got to promote it as well. Yeah. I mean, I've got to. I had a YouTube account for years, and that's more than 8. And for the first 7 years, I used to go live on Facebook, download it, upload it to YouTube, and it was another storage device, and it was a safe place. If you ever disappeared off Facebook, it was on YouTube. But I didn't do anything else, and of course, nothing happened. People found the videos by accident rather than by design.
Right.
Now that I've got the Be Live course on YouTube, people are actually finding it by design because they're searching for Be Live, they're searching for XSplit Recam, they're searching for how to do a screen overlay, and the views are just coming naturally because I'm broadcasting, or I'm doing videos about topics that people are interested in, and as Marco said, they're all 5 to 7 minutes. They don't take an hour to watch. I think it's YouTube has got to be a situation where the videos are accessible, but you can actually watch them and without having to spend an hour to get to the point. I think you've got to get to the point on a YouTube video in the first couple of minutes, because if you don't, you actually lost somebody. So you've either got to give the information early, or say you're talking about, more so than on live video where people have an idea of what you're going to be talking about.
It should be very actionable. For me, it's really important. I've seen this guy talking about something. I made a search and his video came out. Okay, this video is about this. And he wouldn't stop talking, blah, 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 blah. And I say, well, when will he show to me how to do this? And he was saying, blah, 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 blah. And at the very end, I looked around like though that John Travolta gif. What was he talking about? And I think it's one thing we should have in mind, and that's why we should put more focus on recorded videos, because we should go straight to the point. Okay, on this video you will learn how to change the background on OBS, for instance. Okay, you hit this, and this. That's it.
Yeah. It's short and to the point. Shall we take some comments? Because I found some. Right, Gail is saying, Gail here, registered for Restream, and I need to learn about the comment bots too. Comment bots, yeah. And over to Chris, I think you need to place regular short-headed video on YouTube. I think we all agree with that. And then over to Roland, working well on Facebook too. Roland's now gone from Periscope to Facebook. And
he's making rounds.
Right, and Chris is making a valid point here. I use YouTube as a search machine to know how I can do something for review.
I do the same thing, Chris, for automotive stuff. There's no more repair manuals. I go to YouTube and see how somebody did it. I can actually see them do it. So I do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, how-to videos on YouTube are priceless because they can save you on plumber's bills, on an electrician's bill.
Absolutely.
You can save a lot of money just by watching the YouTube video. I mean, we've got water heating is from a gas boiler, and there's a video on YouTube that shows you exactly how to reset it. Now, that saved you a $75 call-out fee for a plumber. Yeah, so YouTube is priceless.
I remember. I think it was almost 10 years ago. Yep. I was working in a paint factory. They sell paint to painters or even to people who want to make their own painting at home. And I tell them at that time, it was not yesterday or the last month. It was 10 years ago. Maybe it was nice that you create some videos explaining how you can paint a wall, paint a ceiling, paint a door and everything. And this guy looked at me, oh no, that's not how people work. No, go away. I think that today someone was right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Facebook is, YouTube is about knowledge.
Yeah, and that's this thing, which is okay. You may go to YouTube to search. Let me see how I can do this. And at some point you say, oh, it's okay. I won't manage to do this. It's very complicated. I don't have time. Whatever. Which may be the person who will do this for you. Maybe the guy or who was explaining you how to do this. So I think it's and another thing, I don't understand why IKEA don't make videos explaining how to put things together on their furniture, because they just needed to put a QR code on those manuals. Okay, scanning. There you go.
That's a good idea. Because the thing is that we will watch a video, but reading instructions is a different thing entirely.
Absolutely.
Right. Sorry.
Once I asked someone, he has a company who makes stores and windows on aluminum, and I asked him, how many of the repairs you do after selling, that maybe if you have a video on a YouTube channel, people can do it by their own. And he told me 90% of the things we do, it's covered by what you talked. And I say, so why the hell don't you do videos explaining people?
Yeah.
Because, for instance, usually this is a kind of high budget service, you know, when you put on your house new windows and new doors, it's almost always a high ticket service. So if someone calls you, look, I have this window which is not closing properly, and you go, okay, I have to fix it because you pay me, for instance, 5,000 euros for this work. At the end, it's very easy, very hard for you to charge that person, even though you spend time, you spend gasoline, you could be in another place working in something else. It's not easy to justify to that people who paid you $5,000 or euros or whatever, or pounds. Some people get even, okay, what? You are charging me 50 euros to come in here when I paid you a month ago 5,000? So if you have a video, okay, it will work to every kind of customer, no. But if at least it avoid 40%, 50%, at the end of the year, it's a lot of money.
It is. Shall we catch up with the comments, because they're coming thick and fast?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go for the comments. Comment, please.
And mine are 1 hour long on YouTube, but I'm finding more engagement on YouTube than on Facebook. We have we invite you to join the three of us next week and to explain.
By the way, next week it's on my side.
Yeah, it is. It is. We play home and away.
So I'm repeating that networking show I made 1 month ago. So everybody who's watching us and wants to join next week, please be my guest. Stay tuned. Follow me. You can find me here. Oh no, this. You can find me here and tune in, because
at this one right here.
Yeah, thank you, Harper. And you can talk about everything you want to talk.
It's good fun. It's light-hearted, and many languages are spoken. It's absolutely brilliant experience. I'm looking forward to being there. And Marco has room for 9 other people to actually come on screen, so it should be a party. And over to next comment is, I think because I like relaxation videos, you can put it on and just put around listening to it in the background. And a question: can you do be live to LinkedIn, or should I use Restream? At the moment, you cannot. Well, one day, but at the moment, you can just go live to Facebook and to YouTube simultaneously, and you can schedule it. So you can't do LinkedIn at the moment. Restream LinkedIn, Marco, is that a thing?
Absolutely.
Right. And still trying to catch up with the comments.
And it has this amazing feature, which also the other competitor from Restream and Be Live has. You can, and I made it yesterday. You can go live at the same time on LinkedIn, on an event, and on your feed.
All right. Okay.
Okay, but you have, first of all, you have to have the gold on your side, which is LinkedIn allowing you to go live there.
Well, yes. I think we're clear on that. And if you want to go to LinkedIn, you've got to go live from Restream. Okay, so we've got that. And next comment: YouTube gives knowledge, so even if you don't wish to do the job, you can prevent it from being overcharged, says Roland. So you can find out how much the job should take and measure that against the tradesman actually trying to overcharge you. Restream won't let me stream to my business channel or group without a membership.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all like personal pages, not business pages.
And Corinda's found us. Hello, Corinda.
Hello, Corinda. How are you?
And Corinda's here twice. And he's asking about my background. Today, I'm in the cloisters at Salisbury Cathedral, and this is one of my photographs, which I took. This, however, just let me find it, is one of Corinda's photographs. And this is good. Well, this is Staines in Middlesex, and if you think,
what's on the menu, Stephen?
Let us know. This is a true story. The pub's open this weekend for the first time, and the one local to us is called the Moonrakers, and they were prepared. They've got a beer garden, and they've got seats set out, social distancing. They had taken over past the car park as they can do, and they put benches out there. And over the weekend, they could open at 6 a.m. on a Saturday, which is a bit early, so they actually opened at 12 o'clock. By 12:05, the car park was full, and people were there enjoying a pint or a glass of wine or whatever you happen to drink. And they were busy Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But on Tuesday, they put a post on Facebook saying, "We are closed. We've had a brilliant weekend, but we are now closed." And everybody thought, "Well, hang on a minute, why are you closed?" They're closed because they ran out of lager. They have no lager, and we won't get a delivery until tomorrow. So they had to shut the doors. So if you know lager, you've no business. Right, and from Roland, be careful steaming the foundations for Salisbury Cathedral 2018. I will be careful. I always am. Right, Harper, you have a show later today. Could you tell us about it?
I do. My show will be in about 2.5 hours, and today I'm going to do a product review on some coil springs on, my show is about cars, all things cars. So today I'm going to be doing a product review on performance lowering springs that I put on my Camaro a little over a year ago, and from a company called H&R Springs out of Germany. So none of the U.S. manufacturers for springs made one that went low enough for my car, and so I searched worldwide, like I usually have to do for my cars. I've got manufacturers that I typically buy from Canada, from Australia. The internet has opened up shopping, so more than welcome to join me at my page on Facebook. It's Car Therapy, So,
and we'll put that link everywhere. I saw the link earlier on my Facebook feed. I liked it, so I can find it again tomorrow. Because we can't. I mean, it's 1 a.m.
yeah.
So we catch it on the replay. Right. So all the comments are up to date. Is there any other topics that we'd like to cover? Because we can talk about anything really.
Absolutely.
Yep. They are.
So one of the things I did last night, I was really bored.
You don't have to tell everything you did last night.
Well, I slept most of the time. Okay. Roland, I do have some car videos on there as well. I've got some cars that are on a dyno. Basically, it measures how much horsepower there is. There's one it's like an hour and a half long, but it's like a full car show that we did on New Year's Eve. So, check it out. If you have any ideas for me on what you'd like to see, let me know. But one of the things that I did find out is from one of my cousins that I got this whole sheet on, where my dad's mother's family was from. So if you got that, so okay. my grandmother on my father's side, kind of where, because the name Harper, is I heard that I'm the eighth generation to have that as part of a name. So it's kind of somebody back in the day traced it back to where it started, and they got it to let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I actually found I'm the 9th person because I found that first person's father. And then I found 2 more before that. So it was really kind of interesting. But yeah, I know that I'm essentially half German, half Danish heritage. But from this side, I didn't know that was also German. So, kind of finding, because back in, let's see, I don't know how many greats on a grandfather that would be, but the guy 8 generations before me, he lived from 1712 to 1798, and he was born in Rhineland, Germany, and then his son was born in Pennsylvania. Well, what is now Pennsylvania. I think it was just the Pennsylvania colony or whatever it was back then. But yeah, so somewhere in there, that's when that part of the family came to the colonies. So interesting.
Yeah. Knowing where we're from gives us an understanding, a better appreciation of how international everybody is. Because we say we're English or Portuguese or American, we're not.
Absolutely,
right? Exactly. I was born in America, but I'm not of native tribe to here in this continent. So I came from, my heritage came from somewhere. So
yeah, for instance, here in Portugal, this place was always a place for people to come in from thousands of years. People coming and going, and from Africa, from the North Europe, maybe from England, and so. How can I say I'm 100% Portuguese? Because there's no that 100%.
Right. You may feel 100% Portuguese, but
Yeah, I was born in Portugal. My parents, I think they both were born, but I'm sure because, for instance, on my mother's side, I have too many people, mostly boys, tall, and it's not normal on Portugal being over 180, for instance. And I think me and my cousins, almost all of them are more than 180. There are a couple of them almost 190. And I think because I have this guess, because the village where my mother is from, it's close to here, but the French passed through that place when they were doing the invasions. And I don't believe that they just passed through and they didn't make some nasty things, you know?
No, no, no,
So
army on the move. Yeah.
maybe there's at least some French blood or from the Northern Europe, because usually there people are tallest. And my dark skin, I think that it came from Africa. So there's no that 100% Portuguese, because we are so mixed, because there were so many people living here, so many people visiting here, so forget about it.
Over to Gail, and Gail is saying, car-wise, she loves watching the Trophy Camel, Yellow Defender Tour races. Which...
Is that horse racing, or what is it?
I don't know.
Or is it camel?
Gail, can you tell us more?
Yes.
Go. And Roland was saying that genealogy is very interesting. And
it is, definitely.
And is right. Okay, I think he was right. French, that's English humor. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. There we are. There we have it. We another successful show.
Yeah.
We
are okay.
All right. This Land Rover says Roland.
I have these old guys football games every other Saturday. Well, now we don't play, and we are okay. I one of the youngest with 42, so you see, and we lose almost. My team lose almost all the games, and by far, you know? And at the end, we just say, okay, nobody got injured, so it's okay.
Everything worked. And over to Chris, who's in Holland, in the Netherlands, and she's just pointing out, Marco, that people in the Netherlands are tall as well.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, and we've got new messages coming in. And England versus Portugal. That's always a good game. That's always a good game.
Yeah. But lately, Portuguese...
I'll just sit here with my popcorn.
Always a good game.
And by the way, Bruno Fernandes, it's burning there.
Right. Okay, Marco, it's over to you. Shall we close the show?
Yeah, we can. Well, tomorrow I will have. Let me promote my shows.
Just a moment.
Tomorrow,
the floor is yours, and then Harper's.
Tomorrow I will have this show on my networks. It will be multi-streamed also. And I have 5 American guests, which will talk about this racism problem. And so you are all invited to listen, to watch, to talk about it, to make some reflection, and to make some debate about this, because I think it's important to kick away with racism. So that's it. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. GMT +1, London and Lisbon time zone. If you are not in this time zone, please make the adjustment. And the next Wednesday at 5 p.m. again, GMT +1, there will be this networking live streaming with Steven. I hope Harper this time could join us. And we will talk about what we do, what we made last week, what is coming, what business do you have, what are you selling, or if you need some job opportunity, if you are seeking for collaboration, everything you want to bring to the screen, please be my guest. Just follow me using this. No, this. And you can join next week. Up to you, Stephen.
Over to me, and over to Harper for your closing thoughts for the show.
All right. I'm Harper, as it says, right down here. I'm from Arizona, USA, and my show is on Facebook on Car Therapy, and it airs 8 p.m. British summertime, on Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern here in the U.S. and noon on the West Coast in the U.S. It is all things about cars. If anybody has any ideas, something you'd like to have me talk about, or want to talk to me, I would love to have a guest on. The thing that I really like about being international is that cars in the UK and Portugal and Europe and everything are not the same cars that we see here in the US. You could have a Ford in England and a Ford in the US. They're not the same models, not even close. A friend of mine has a Ford XR4, I think it is, and he just assumed that we had them here in the US. No, 99% of Americans have no idea what an XR4 is. So if you have a car that you'd like to talk about and maybe show a picture or something like that, I would love to have you on, because that's what it's all about. It's just kind of car therapy, you know, all things cars and how it helps us. So more than welcome.
Can I make a joke?
Of course.
The problem with the cars you have in England, or in the States, it's that in Portugal we can't afford them.
You know what? The cars in the States, we can't afford them either.
For instance, here the gasoline is very expensive.
Mm-hmm. How much is a gallon of gas?
I don't know how much is a gallon, my friend.
We don't buy gallons. You buy it by the cup.
It's liters here. Yeah. For instance, if you go to Spain, which is the next country, right. On the other side we have the sea. Mm-hmm. In Spain, which they have, the salaries are biggest than here. Mm-hmm. Gasoline, and the difference, it's about 20-30 cents per liter.
Okay.
Yeah. More cheaper. And it's crazy because people who live close to the border with Spain go to Spain to put gas.
Yeah, when I did my drive a couple weeks ago up the West Coast to Seattle, I stopped in California and got gas. Now, in U.S. dollars here in Arizona, it's you're looking about $2.10 maybe for a gallon of gas. When I stopped in LA, Los Angeles, to get gas, it was almost $4. And it was, yeah. And I'm like,
gold? They have gold there?
Yeah, it was almost twice. And I was like, I'm not getting twice the gas mileage, so why am I? But but as soon as you get like 10 miles down the road, it was almost $1 off. And I'm like, so it's really weird where, what they have, but that's what I mean. It's not, if you have a sports car or something that's really fast and you like to drive it, there's a balance. Can you afford it? Can you afford the gas and the insurance as well? So it's one of those, if you travel back and forth to work long miles, and we call it a commuter car, then it's usually one that gets really good gas mileage, but it's not very fun. It's not fancy. It's not anything else. But, that's kind of my car is a little bit of both. I get really good gas mileage and it's a sports car.
So I think with 4 gallons, you have a liter.
Right.
Okay.
4 gallons is a liter?
It's a little more.
I think there's like 1.75 liters in a gallon.
We'll be back with the news next week. And we'll have
yeah.
Meanwhile, we'll figure out how
week to see this. Next week, we'll start the show with this question, which is really important to the people.
Tune in next time to find the answer to this question.
Tuned.
Do stay tuned. And Thursday is tomorrow, and Thursday at 10 o'clock in the UK is Blooding for Britain in our 5th year, episode 230. And it's all about the UK news and what's happening in the UK. A team of 4 of us been broadcasting together for nearly 5 years. We have a blast doing it. We're all good friends, and most of us have met each other through the show and in real life. and that's 5 a.m. Eastern, a bit early, I know, but it's 10 a.m. in the UK. If you can't catch us live, catch the replay, but we do have viewers in Canada and the US for whom we're grateful. And then 11 a.m. Eastern, which is a bit more reasonable, 4 p.m. in the UK, is inspired by NVIDIA, which is making short business videos, very cost effective, very powerful, videos to introduce your show, videos to say thank you to people for watching your show, videos for advertisements, mixture of stock video, stock images, stock music. You can bring your own if you want, and you put them all together and you create your own business video. Even I can do it, and I am at best artistically challenged. So join us tomorrow on either of those shows, and we look forward to seeing you. And as Marco said earlier, next week is the special show, which is truly international, with people from all around the globe. There are 10 slots on screen. Gail, we'd love to see you. Roland, if you can make it.
Absolutely.
Come and
Harper.
Well, Harper's part of the team. So.
Yeah.
I'll cover the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah. So, we've got more messengers too. It's been a good week for messengers. All right. Okay. And okay, we have a very knowledgeable audience, and let's just point out that there are 4.55 liters in a gallon, but
really, that many? Okay.
it's actually 4 liters in a gallon, says Duran. So Roland and
Yeah,
Duran,
that's it. Yeah. I made the opposite calculation. Sorry. That's it.
And Gail's have
So a liter must be
learning
equivalent
things.
to what we call a quart. Because
That's it. Harper.
Okay.
You're right. Sorry. Shame on me.
I'm picturing a
Shame
2
on me.
liter of
Shame on
soda.
me.
Would you like to buy any petrol, Marco?
Please kick me off from the studio for 5 minutes. I deserve it.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Messages are still coming in. We can't go yet. And that's going down.
Is there a difference between the UK and the US gallon?
We Brits have got our own system of measurement, as you know.
Yeah.
And I thought we were the only ones that
I
made
know.
our own stuff.
We've got miles, not kilometers, but we do liters. It's a long time. Basically, we used to do gallons of petrol, and then the price for a gallon was heading towards £1 a gallon. And the government decided that if they switched over to litres, instead of looking at a price saying £1 a gallon, we'd look at a lower price in litres and be happy. You know what? We were, because we didn't pay £1 a gallon.
So, by the way, just for you,
the outro's longer than the show. Go.
1/4 of gallon here of gasoline, it's about €1.5. Just make the calculations.
Right. Okay. Well, we're comparing petrol and gas next week. From the three of us,
So
globally, thank you for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody.